I'm throwing my film degree out of the window and getting into tech sales. Here's why. Wow, such a dramatic opener. Whatever. I had a dream. I had a dream of being a filmmaker. And somewhere along the way, I understood that while you can work your way up to bigger, better roles, and while you can work on commercial projects to make money, and while you can study and really understand how the inner workings of film industry work, a lot of times it is not very financially not responsible, but like financially fulfilling to work in this specific industry. And while I think being driven by passion and being driven by your artistry is amazing, I don't know if I'm that passionate. While I do want to create art, a lot of times while I love collaborating with other artists and I love having creative input, but a lot of times that's not what you get to do in the beginning stages of the career, and that doesn't really pay well either. So what you do is you kind of just sacrifice like both ends. You sacrifice the financial freedom, but you also sacrifice your creative freedom as well, which is kind of crazy. While you can still create your own projects, the scale in which you can create them is insanely low because you don't have a budget and you can't sponsor your amazing big ideas with the paycheck that you get from being a gaffer or a grip. On a smaller scale productions, right? You probably can on a bigger end, but whatever. Where that brought me is some self reflection, some thought, some soul searching, and support from my brother, who decided to be a career coach for me. And basically, we made a list of professions that would be fulfilling for me based on my soft skills, based on my life expectancy, in terms of life expectancy, no, life expectations, like quality of life that I would like to live in the future, right? And so tech sales and sales altogether became the target point. Meanwhile, there were others. So now I'm on the journey of actively being guided by my brother because he's in tech sales, so but also actively doing on my own research, on my own studying, and getting certifications done, and all of the shenanigans that will get me an in because I have a degree in film, which is so like film here, tech sales here. But is it really? I used to produce management skills, selling to people ideas, blah blah blah, intertwining, and using that and utilizing that and landing a job by basically I just need a job by September. So that's the plan. And right now it's middle of April and we'll see how that goes. This is me on the 15th of April recording this video. I've read Spin Sales. I'm finishing HubSpot course. I went to one sales event for 1 minute sales, making moves. And I'm also actively participating, reading in sales communities such as Reddit, such as I've also Reddit, and I've also registered in like different communities within London, SDR London. I'm trying to at least. And that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the goal. That's the vision. And maybe I'll rewatch this video in 15th of July, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I got an offer." Because the plan is to start interviewing by 1st of June, start with smaller companies, see how that goes, then apply for the companies that I really want to go for. Yep. Follow me on my journey if you'd like.